All right, so my name is Alex Pecoraro, and I am going to be presenting on behalf of Group 6. I also worked with Jonathan Anderson and Nathan Paul, and we designed a mobile application called barhop. So a little bit about barhop. Barhop is, overarchingly, it's a bar reward and payment application that can be used for several things. First, an individual would be able to split group bills or bar tabs with friends through the mobile application. They could pay for items at the bar using the application versus having to swipe a card or pay with cash. And you could pay for any cover charges with the app rather than going to pull out cash from an ATM. Another thing you'd be able to do is for every dollar spent, you can earn reward points, which could be used to spend on bills, drinks, and food, or again, the cover charges. Those same rewards can be shared with your friends as well. The final thing the bar would be able to do is you could also search for bars in the area using the app with a multitude of filter options, which include things like bar type, hours, or location. So some of the challenges that we had to overcome when designing this app, really we needed to determine a desired feature set that would enhance a user's bar experience enough so that they would actually use the application. Another thing we had to do was create an application that would save users time. And that was a big finding we found in a lot of our interviews, which I'll talk about later. And then the last challenge was really to create an intuitive information architecture, labels, navigation menus that doesn't create any usability problems or hinder performance in any way. So what we found, one of our process first. So we conducted interviews. We actually did 2 rounds of card sorting. We created a sitemap. We ran right into mid-fidelity wireframes and prototypes. We thought that would give us the best feedback instead of starting really low. We also did usability testing. We did 2 rounds of usability testing, actually, but following that first one, then we created a high-fidelity prototype in a fully fleshed visual UI design with the style guide. And then we did a final round of usability testing, and then we iterated on our high-fidelity design from there. So here's our big first finding here is entering credit card information. One of the big things that we found in our initial interviews was everything for a lot of these users, the pain points, it was all centered around time. It took time to split bills on the server's end if they were asking for a bill to be split. It took time to hunt friends down to collect money they owed you if you were forced to put all of that bill on one card. It also took time to get money out of an ATM if you had to pay cash for a cover charge. So a lot of those pain points in a bar goer's user experience resulted in time, and we wanted to make this app as fluid as possible. So what we did for our mid-fidelity prototype was we designed a flow for manual entry of our users' credit card information. What we found in our usability testing iteration was that manually inputting credit card information for most users was timely and painful. We heard a lot of groans around this when people got into this page saying, oh, I really have to enter all of my information. And it wasn't really something that we thought about at all in the initial designs, but this kind of came out through our usability testing sessions. So after getting this feedback, what we did was we created a high fidelity design that included a credit card scanning feature, as you can see right there. So basically you would go in, you hit the camera, and right here you hit the camera, you scan your credit card, and it manually enters that information to kind of speed up the process for users. So what we found, our hypothesis was actually validated. While several clicked on the input fields first, all gave positive feedback on the scanner. And we'll kind of see that right here as the user kind of demonstrates them going through.
Okay, so what? I just took a picture and it already had my credit card information saved? This is awesome, man.
So really for finding 2, another big finding we found was, well, we'll talk about searching for bars. So initially in our card sort, when we were looking at, we had 2 areas where people could search for bars. They could either click on a map or they could click on a bar listings page. When doing our card sort, there were no agreements on whether bar information, the hours, the type, the location, the search charges, those filters that would be applied to a bar listings, they weren't sure whether it was going to be within the map or whether it was going to be on the bar listings page. So basically, in our mid-fidelity prototype, we only designed one flow, and that was for bar listings. When we were doing our usability testing session, most clicked on bars first, then chose the unclickable interactive map if they couldn't find what they were looking for. So they did usually go into our bar listings page first, which is the one we built out, but a lot of the users expected to go to the map too and see some of those same things if they couldn't find it in bar listings. So basically, what we did was in our high fidelity prototype, we added a second flow for the interactive map so we could really see user behavior. We added a second task around this, asking users to try and find the bar pages another way after they'd done it using their first choice. So why did we do this? Well, we wanted to see, will they go to the map or the bar listings first? We wanted to see if they would be able to find what they were looking for with their first choice. And we also wanted to see if they'd be able to discover a new way to get to the bar listings page. So what this did, it created some confounding issues. Having two areas to search for bars with the same information resulted in confusion, it resulted in taking more time, and it resulted in more clicks. Some users would get into, a bar listings page, not see what they were looking for, and then go all the way back over to map, even though they both held the same exact information. It created more usability issues, and it created more room to have usability issues. So what we ended up doing was, in our solution here, we designed an overarching search navigation page that combined both the map and the listings into one, so both users can get a visualization of a map and a listings page and use either one of those to find that information, but it's only under one navigational item. So that was the way we solved that. So yeah, that's our app, that's Bar App, and please leave any questions or comments in D2L. I'll actually leave a prototype link as well so anyone could click through. It's fully interactive. We appreciate your time and feedback.